So my name is Lee Ross. I'm the Risk and Safety Manager for Tennis Australia, and I look after Tennis Australia's business nationally, which is the governing body of tennis. So look, Tennis Australia historically used some software for managing risk, or enterprise-wide risk, and the risks associated with the events that we hold. We essentially had a lot of our risk registers contained in Excel spreadsheets, which whilst serving a purpose, we essentially outgrown those registers. So we were looking for a program which was specifically designed for managing risk in the business. Look, RiskWare had a couple of reasons for why we ultimately went down that path. One was obviously the configuration of the system enabled us to be able to have a lot of scope in what we wanted to include. But most importantly, Tennis Australia and our member associations have different frameworks, and we needed a system which could cope or have the flexibility built within to cope with those different frameworks in the structure. PAN could deliver on that, whereas a number of other organisations and softwares that we looked at had some deficiencies in that space. So when we look back, or when we took the opportunity to scope it out, it was really important for us that whatever software we decided to move down the path with could actually deal with those different frameworks, and that was ultimately what made us go with PAN. Being a web-based program, it's simple to use. One of the great functions is that we can access it internally and externally anywhere in the country as long as we have an internet connection. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing on the eye. And being specifically designed to do what we want it to do has enabled us to save a significant amount of time, but most importantly, be able to analyse those risks and run reports for our executive and our board as required. The team at PAN have been great. I'm really fortunate that I got to spend a significant amount of time with them early, especially during the configuration of the system, which gave me a great overview of how the system was built and constructed, and both having them on the end of the phone anytime that I need them, as well as being able to use their portal for logging jobs or requests, assistance, whatever the case may be, has been also very beneficial. In saying that, we've also managed to spend a significant amount of time with PAN looking at the system and then any advancements that they might be able to do to it to make our lives easier. And the team are very receptive to any feedback that we might have, positive or negative, in relation to how we use the system and what we would like it to do. All of my experience with PAN, both over the phone and or using the software to date, has been exceptional. It's a great team. It's very much a collaborative approach to getting us where we need to be. It's simply not been a case of PAN delivering that software to us and leaving us to our own devices. So I really appreciate the support that PAN have provided to date, and yeah, by all means I would recommend that highly.